Hello and welcome back to C3 Marble Race 100. So we last left off with Blood Red being the final marble to move on to the semifinals after he successfully defeated his other three opponents in Group D, which was the final group of the group rounds, by the way. And of course, now with all four parts of the group rounds now finished, we have now made it to the semifinals, which all comes down to Leaf Green, Cat's Eye Red, Tiger Shark, and Blood Red to determine which one of these four will go up against Murky Blue in the biggest grand finale of 2025. So, of course, as I stated several times in some of the previous parts, the semifinals will have a completely different rule setting than, the group rounds, obviously. So yeah, so now I'll just get into the rules. So all four of these marbles right here that have made it into the semifinals will compete in a best of 3. So meaning the first marble to score 3 points will go up against Murky Blue in the biggest grand finale of the year, while the other 3 will compete in a best of 3 again, but this time for 3rd place. So yeah, and yes, it is just best of 3 just to save time, especially because the grand finale is gonna have a best of 5. So just so you know. So yeah, as you see, only one of these 4 marbles right here will be able to advance to the grand finale, which will officially conclude it all. So yeah. Anyways, that's about it for the semifinals and how the rule set is gonna work. So of course, I will show you the track. So here it is right here. This is the track that we'll be using for the semifinals. And for the 3rd place round, we're actually gonna be using that track over there again, just to save up some time. So the regular semifinals, we're gonna be using this track, while the 3rd place round, we'll use that track. And speaking of which, this is the same track as the first Chapter 3 Season 7 track. And yes, the Imaginarium set is back to how it originally was in the original track. Since, we are, most of the marbles that I'm using are actually smaller sized marbles. But yeah. So this is a track that we'll be using for the semifinals, like I said. Here it is right here. So if you do want to use it in your videos, then, make sure to credit me if you do even have the tendency to use it. Because of, it combines both of these sets, so yeah. Anyways, that's about it for the semifinals. So, of course, there's nothing else for me to go over. So now, without further ado, let the semifinals begin. So, for the semifinals, like I said, we have Leaf Green versus Cat's Eye Red versus Tiger Shark versus Blood Red. Which one of these 4 will move on to the biggest grand finale of the year, while the other 3 will have to fight for 3rd place. And now, let the semifinals begin. Alright, off we go down in the first funnel. Let's see who's going to get out of it first. And it's going to be Leaf Green. He's going to make his way to the 2nd funnel with Blood Red reaching up towards him. And it looks like Blood Red might have just overtaken him. And because of that, he's going to be taking the lead into the 3rd funnel. But gets body checked by Leaf Green. Blood Red is still going to be taking the lead as he makes his way to the split path and into the dual funnels. He's going to be taking the bottom funnel while Leaf Green will take the top. With, of course, Tiger Shark. Well, actually not Tiger Shark because he just got stuck. So already we have a DNF. So therefore it's just Blood Red, Leaf Green, and Cat's Eye Red. It looks like Blood Red is going to make his way into the 5th funnel. Alright, let's see who's gonna score the first point. And it looks like Blood Red will be scoring his first point. Alright, so the current score right now is 0 to 0 to 0 to 1. Let's see if any of the other three here can score a point. So far though, it looks like Blood Red might just dominate this whole thing. Which absolutely comes to no surprise. And it looks like we have two. Actually, never mind. Now we have two DNFs this time. As both Cat's Eye Red and Leaf Green got stuck on the entry of these two flat funnels right here. So now it's just going to be down to these two. And it looks like Blood Red's going to dominate this whole thing again. I guess it would kind of make sense though, since his world title reign was fairly short. So let's see if he'll be able to make it into the grand finale again to make up for it. And Blood Red will be scoring his second point already. So therefore, he only has one more point until he gets to move on to the biggest grand finale of the year. But let's see if the others can, defeat him, but we'll have to see. Alright, so the current score right now is 0 to 0 to 0 to 2. Let's see what's gonna happen here. Ooh, that was close, but Leaf Green's gonna be taking the lead. And we have yet another DNF. Like, honestly, I'm kind of getting sick of these DNFs. This is the third one we've had in a row. So therefore, it's just going to be down to Leaf Green, Tiger Shark, and Blood Red. Like, geez, man. And we have yet another DNF. Man, it's all thanks to these flat funnel entries. Well, also because Cat's Eye Red got stuck on here. Well, now I guess it's just gonna be focused on these two. It looks like Leaf Green's gonna be scoring this point as he's very close to the finish line, and looks like he will. So therefore, Leaf Green finally scores a point. All right, so the score right now is 1 to 0 to 0 to 2. And I swear, if we get one more DNF, then I don't know anymore. So far, it looks like Leaf Green is taking the lead. Alright, looks like Leaf Green is taking the lead into the double entrance funnel. Yeah, it looks like Leaf Green's probably gonna get this next point because he's so far ahead of everybody. I'm gonna call it here. Yep, definitely called it. So therefore, Leaf Green will be scoring one more point. So it's down to Blood Red and Leaf Green. So, yeah. Okay, so after figuring out that Blood Red and Leaf Green are just gonna dominate this entire thing, I decided to give Cat's Eye Red and Tiger Shark a bit of a chance by putting this green Imaginarium Stargate up here instead of down here. And just Blood Red and Leaf Green still sitting on the old starting gate. And how this is gonna work is that I'm gonna give these two a 5 or 10 second head start, while after that I will release Blood Red and Leaf Green from, you know, the old starting gate. So yes, I know this may seem a little bit unfair, but I am doing this just to slow Blood Red and Leaf Green's dominance down, just so they don't dominate the whole thing, and I can give Cat's Eye Red and Tiger Shark a bit of a chance right here, since, you know, Blood Red and Leaf Green are very dominant marbles. So yeah, again, I know this may seem pretty unfair, but it's what I have to do for the rest of this whole thing, so hope you guys understand. But anyways, current score right now is 2-0 to 0-2. And let's hope truly this time Tiger Shark or Cat's Eye Red can score a point. So now I guess I will release these two. So yeah, this should truly slow Blood Red and Leaf Green's dominance down. So yeah, this should truly work, hopefully. Oh, it looks like Blood Red and Leaf Green took the same path somehow. It looks like Tiger Shark might be able to score the point right here. And it looks like he will finally score his first point. Alright, so the score right now is 2-0 to 1-2. Okay, yeah, can't release those two yet. But let's see if Cat's Eye Red can score a point. Now release these two. And yeah, it looks like this new system, well, not really system, but whatever you call it, it looks like it kind of slowed Blood Red and Leaf Green's dominance down. So now these two can actually And Tiger Shark got stuck. So it looks like he's gonna have to be freed by the rest right here. Alright, looks like Cat's Eye Red is in the lead right now. He can make his way into the final funnel. it looks like Cat's Eye Red will also be scoring his first point. Alright, so the score right now is 2-1 to 1-2. So all the marbles have scored at least 1 point. Alright, now release these two. Again, looks like Tiger Shark is going to be taking the lead. And Cat's Eye Red got stuck, so therefore he has to be freed by Blood Red. So Tiger Shark is taking a pretty far lead. Alright, let's see what's gonna happen here. And Tiger Shark will be scoring his second point. Alright, so every marble except Cat's Eye Red now has 2 points. But let's see if Cat's Eye Red can score the second point. Now release these two. Alright, so it looks like Cat's Eye Red is taking the lead. Looks like he might actually score a second point. And Cat's Eye Red will be scoring his second point, so therefore it looks like we're gonna head into sudden death for the semifinals right here. Oh, okay. So yeah, which one of these four do you think will move on to the biggest grand finale of the year? Will it be Blood Red, Tiger Shark, Cat's Eye Red, or Leaf Green? We'll have to find out. Also, since this is now a sudden death match, I decided to have all of the marbles on the story gate right here since they all now have 2 points. So I'm no longer going to be using this. As you see, I took it off of here and I put it back down here. So which one of these two, well actually yeah, which one of these four do you think will move on to the biggest grand finale of the year and fight Murky Blue? Let's find out right now. Looks like Blood Red's going to be taking the lead with Tiger Shark and Cat's Eye Red trying to catch up. Ooh, this is close. Looks like Blood Red is going to take the slight lead into the third funnel. And now it looks like Leaf Green got stuck, so therefore it looks like he's going to be out for the rest of this. So now it's just down to Blood Red, Tiger Shark, and Cat's Eye Red. Alright, let's see. Actually, it looks like Blood Red already has this. And indeed he does. So therefore, Blood Red will be moving on to the biggest grand finale of the year and will be fighting Murky Blue. Congratulations, Blood Red. You have punched yourself a ticket into the biggest grand finale of the year, where you will be fighting Murky Blue to become the grand winner of Chapter 3. While, of course, for the rest, they'll have to compete for third place. But as for you, Blood Red, congratulations. You have now made it into the biggest grand finale of the year. But we are not done yet, as we still have to determine who's going to score third place for this entire thing. So now with Blood Red now in the semifinals, well, not the semifinals, the grand finale. Okay, sorry for that line from right there. But yeah, now with Blood Red in the grand finale, we have to determine who's going to score third place. So everyone's points have now been reset as we start the third place round. So which one of these three do you think will score the bronze? Will it be Cat's Eye Red, Tiger Shark, or Leaf Green? Let's find out right now. And yes, we are now back to using this small track with the Techno Gears Marble Mania set, just to save up some time, so yeah. And it looks like Leaf Green will be scoring his first point. Alright, so the score right now is 2-0. But let's see what's going to happen here. Leaf Green's taking the lead again. And now Tiger Shark's going to be taking the lead. And it looks like he will be scoring his first point. We're now at 1-0. Let's see if Cat's Eye Red can score a point. And Tiger Shark will be scoring his first point. We're now at 1-2. Can Cat's Eye Red score a point? Let's find out. Because anything can happen in these Subalino funnels. This is a close one here. And now Leaf Green will be scoring his second point. Alright, so the score right now is 2-2. Cat's Eye Red's not doing very well here, as he hasn't scored a single point yet. Let's see if that can change. And it looks like Cat's Eye Red has finally scored a point. Now we're at 2-2. Let's see what's gonna happen. And it looks like Leaf Green will be scoring 3rd place for the C3 Marble Race 100 Saga. Congratulations, Leaf Green. You have officially scored 3rd place. Well, of course, for Cat's Eye Red and Tiger Shark, they did try their hardest, but Leaf Green is going to be the one who will be scoring 3rd place. Honestly, absolutely no surprise, since both he and Blood Red are kind of dominant marbles, so yeah. Hence why I'm probably not going to have small marbles compete as often in the new chapter, since they can be kind of dominant at times, so yeah. But again, congratulations to you, Leaf Green. You have officially scored 3rd place. Alright, Leaf Green and Blood Red, move to your respective spots right now. And with that, the grand finale has officially been set for next week, as Blood Red is going to be fighting against Murky Blue in the biggest grand finale of 2025. So definitely stay tuned for the grand finale next week, as it's going to be a massive closure to not only this entire saga, but also the entirety of Chapter 3 as a whole. So again, Blood Red is going to be fighting against Murky Blue in the biggest grand finale of the year, and it should be a massive closure to the entirety of Chapter 3. Okay, don't know why I restated that, but yeah. So we are almost there, everyone. We are now just one step closer to determining on who will be walking out as the grand winner of Chapter 3. It's now down to Blood Red and Murky Blue. And of course, congratulations to Leaf Green on scoring 3rd place, by the way. And of course, fair play to all of our other contestants right here who did try their best, but obviously their efforts were not enough for Blood Red to move on to the grand finale and Leaf Green to score the bronze. So yeah, that will officially be about it for the semifinals and 3rd place round. And now we are just one part away from the end of this entire saga and the end of this entire trilogy as a whole. So yeah, really hyped for next week, as it's gonna be not only an epic way to close out this entire chapter, but also a massively historic way for yours truly to say goodbye to Chapter 3, as well as the other roster members here as well. So yeah, definitely stay tuned for the grand finale, like I said, as it's going to be a massive closure to Chapter 3. But for now, we're going to leave it here, so hope you enjoyed. If you did, please give me a big thumbs up to show your support. Feel free to leave a comment down below. Subscribe with that notification bell enabled, and feel free to follow all my socials down below. And I'll see you guys in the next video, well actually next week, for the biggest grand finale of 2025. So, like I said, definitely stay tuned for that. Anyways, that's about it for this. Bye-bye for now, and have a good day.